I'm Jordan Ashburn. This is my 2025 EX 450 here at the GNCC series. I'm the 2022 GNCC XC1 overall champion, and this year's results, I've done the past 2 rounds, I've finished first place in XC1. Got pushed out in the overall by a position, but yeah, it's been a good year this year. We've started the year off a little slow, but had an injury early on, but been strong in the end of the year, and the bike's been good, and the team has really figured some things out. Yeah, I choose the EX 450 in the GNCCs because I raced a 350 in the past, and my riding style is kind of more lug the bike around and try to keep it in a higher gear, and just struggle to do that with the 350. Same with the 250 here. I know Grant's been doing really well on it. He's leading the series this year on a 250, but for me personally, my choice is just riding the 450. It's easier for me to get around the track and to be to lug around and be smooth and climb the hills and get through all the sections. And you know, a lot of people ask why we don't ride 2-strokes here, but the 2-stroke is just, the tracks are so fast here and so technical in like a motocross standpoint. It's kind of more faster, flowy, rocky, rough, like just high speed. The 4-strokes just seem to track a lot better for that and keep the wheels on the ground. Yeah, so here's one of the things we use for GNCC is we have dead engine starts at the start of the race, so we use a whole shot device just like motocross to keep the front of the bike down. And starts are really important in this series because, I mean, it's really hard to get around everybody, so the better starts you can get, the better off you are. So yeah, we run a rotor guard on the bike because we got a lot of ruts and a lot of roots and rocks. Got to try to keep that in check there. Use a G2 throttle tube. These are billet. They're really nice product they make. I also use their housing and their tube, so they make a really good product. Of course, the WP suspension, the FMF pipe on the bike. I like the Raptor pegs myself, and we have to run a fan, so we run a fan. We've got an alternative start switch here for, you know, if the battery dies or something, or, you know, well, not the battery dies, but if I crash and rip off the start button or something, we've got a secondary button there. I also like to use the wing seat. Not many guys have seen this, but it comes from the motocross world, but you can kind of lock your legs into it when you're standing, and it kind of helps keep you up on the bike. I really like that seat. Run a solid rotor on the rear. My choice is the Dunlop EN91 tires, and yeah, that's IMS tank for the quick fuel stops. We get to run a quick fill tank, Renthal fat bars, and it's pretty well it. It's pretty basic setup. Just a few things to try to get things set up for the way I like it, and just go with it. Yeah, so on the suspension for the GNCC setup, we run it pretty stiff, pretty stiff springs and stuff. I'm on like a 5.2 fork spring, which is kind of like almost a motocross setup, but I like the bike really high and to carry up in the ruts and everything on the track. So we kind of fine tune it to keep it up on top of all the bumps and things. But the mapping is also tuned down for GNCC on the 450. I want the bike to be a little mellow and a little easier to handle versus a motocross bike here. The G2 also makes throttle tube adjustments or throttle cam adjustments for different throttle feels. we run a little different cam in the engine to make the bike a little more tame too, versus a regular motocross bike. Yeah, for sprockets, I run a 14 on the front. I try to keep the bike to where I can really use that second and third gear, kind of lugging down the trails. Actually, a 1451 is what I run on this bike. I like to run the frame tape, because I like to kind of feel the bike more and get closer to the bike. We also run the larger radiators. They're a little bit deeper and help the bikes cool off better, especially when we get those really muddy races and really get the mud sticking in the radiators. And we also use this stuff in the radiators to help keep everything from getting packed in there. And the way we've got to spray them out or try to rip those off if they get really packed up with mud or anything. No, thank you, James, for giving me the opportunity to do this. This is really cool. I'd like to thank the whole Flatrock Motorclub GasGas team for this opportunity. And man, it's been a good year this year, and I'm excited to finish up the next couple rounds and be on the podium.